Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today I decided to do something a little bit different. We're going to go ahead and talk about the Pokemon Sword and Shield alternate art cards, which includes from, I think, like Fusion Strike or Battle Styles all the way to, I believe this was made in 2022. So I'm guessing Lost Origin because I see the Giratina right here. But at the end of the video, I will include Silver Tempest as well as Crown Zenith, just some of the cards that I think are cool that could make it up here. And I will rank them all the way from D tier to S tier in terms of best artwork in my opinion. Again, it's just my opinion. You guys can have your own opinion. But this is just what I think of the artwork in general. And then we'll talk about where I think the card will be in the future and maybe its cap and this and that. Because right now the Pokemon Sword and Shield alternate arts are going crazy. The prices on them are just ridiculously high. I do not know if they will stay there. It's hard to tell. But this is what I think will happen in the future. And I'm talking about like long term. We're talking like 5, 10, maybe 15, 20 years when all the kids grow up and want to relive their vintage card days. What's vintage to them? Maybe not like the older guys, but yeah, let's go ahead and go into this. I will look up the TCG card as well, just so you can get an idea of where it's at. And yeah, we're pretty much in June now. So this is the price as of June of 2024. But yeah, so first on the card we have is Arceus V alternate art from Brilliant Stars. And here's the card. It is currently going for around $44 for the market price. As you can see, there's a spike in it. But okay, let's look at the artwork in general. Again, the card in person is way prettier because there's a sparkle and shine to it. Pretty much a hollow four on it, and it's like fingerprint pattern and everything like that. So the online version does not do it justice. But I will say this card in general is pretty dark in person. Like, it's not as bright. So I don't think this card is the greatest alternate art card in the world. I think it's okay. You do see the things in the background, but there's nothing super eye-catching about it. So if I personally had to rank the Arceus V, I am going to give it a C. Might be kind of harsh, and again, we're not going off price here. It's just straight up like art. The Arceus V is kind of cool, but it's not the best card in the world. Just being frank. And it's currently worth $40 right now. It can get up to $100 in the future. I don't see that being a problem. But I think it like maxes out at 100. I don't see it going any further than that. It'd be pretty crazy if it did, but who knows? Okay, 1 second. I have to log out here. Alright, so next card we have is the Galarian Articuno V. Currently, this has skyrocketed. It's all the way up to $70. It's from Chilling Reign. The current booster box price of Chilling Reign is around $210, I think, or $215, something crazy right now. And this one has skyrocketed, and for good reason. The coloration on this card is really, really cool. It's in its own little bubble. It's like defending itself. And then you got the Galarian Articuno, which is a variation of the regular Articuno, which is really cool. A little purple in there. In person, this card is really sick. So I do say that it's kind of worth it. But the price has gone up a lot. It's a little bit too much. I mean, someone over here paid $120 for it. That seems a little bit overboard. But I will say the artwork on this card is pretty good. It's not amazing, but it's pretty good. You can see the ruffle in the background. It's a starry night, a little winter action. I'd say it's a very good card. But I don't think we can push it into A tier, if I'm being honest. We're going to put it in B. It's a solid B tier card. And I do see it going up to like, I don't know, it could go up to 120 to 150. That's probably what I imagine. Like the D tier is probably like less than $60 in the future, or less than 75 or something. Like C tier will be like anywhere from like $100 in the future. B tier might be like 150. A tier is probably like upper 200s. S tier is like 500, let's say. Okay, we'll do that. But again, in terms of artwork, because I know like I already see a card in here, like the Charizard V-Star. This came out of Ultra Premium Collection box, so the scarcity of it isn't gonna be as high, even though the artwork is cool. Like, so it really depends. All right, Berserker V. We have the Galarian Berserker V. I believe this was out of the Lost Origin box, which it is. Let's take a look. Right now it's at $23. That's a pretty big jump. I believe this card opened though at like 40 if I'm not mistaken. But it's at 23 right now. That is not horrible. That is not horrible. But the artwork on this card, it's okay. It's just the Meowth, or Berserker, sorry, indoors. But I wouldn't say this is like the greatest artwork. I don't see it going very far. It's happy, but it's not very artistic. So I'm gonna have to put that in D tier. Do I see it going up to $50? Maybe. But that's really a stretch. Like, there's nothing too good about the artwork. Like, if you look here, it's just a Pokemon and then nothing else. It's like, it's pretty cool, but I don't see it like ever reaching past 50. Could be, but I could be wrong. Again, I'm not the person who makes the prices. So next is the Tornadus V. I haven't got a good look at this, so we're gonna look at this together. Here is the Tornadus V. We have, hold on a second. Okay. Alright, we have the Tornadus V from Chilling Reign. It's currently at $27. And let's see. It's a little bit of, has a lot of Pokemon in it. Like there's a Quillfish, like a I forgot who that Rufflet. No, that's not a Rufflet. That's the Rock Ruff, I think, or something like that. I forgot. Scorbunny. And it has like a very cartoon like alternate art. It's kind of cool. I haven't seen this card in person, so it's kind of hard to decide. But I don't think the artwork is that outstanding. It's definitely pretty good, but it's not anything that I'd be like, yeah, I like have to have this card. So I think I'm gonna have to put it in D tier. I think it's not like the best artwork in the world. That I might make an audible later and put it in C, but for now I think it's in D tier. Next one we have is a Blaziken VMAX. Dude, this card is insanely high right now. Hold on. Yeah, it's insanely high right now. It's the chase card out of Chilling Reign. Now if we look, it's $400 freaking dollars. That is crazy. From a couple months ago, it was like $150. It ranged up to $400. That's just unheard of. Now, do I think it's a good card? Yes. It's very colorful. It probably pops in person. I haven't seen it, but like I can tell it's just the coloration of it is gonna pop. You have Inteleon here fighting Blaziken VMAX, who's huge, towering over the building. But I don't think it's like the craziest thing. I think it's good in terms of just like the scale of it. You can see it's huge, and the coloration probably makes it pop. But I don't think the artwork is actually that good, if I'm being honest. It's good, but it's not like great. But for that purpose, I think I'll put it in A. I think like the coloration will make the card pop, and it'll have a good, forever lasting, I guess, value on the card. But in terms of artwork, I'd say it's like a B or A. That I might even turn to B later on, but I think it's okay. It's not like anything crazy, but I think it's still pretty good. So next we have is the Noivern V. Alright, here's the Noivern V alternate full art out of Evolving Skies. Now this card, it's actually pretty good. Like, it's kind of like a Gotham type vibe, like, you know, Noivern in like the city type era. It's a little dark, there's buildings around. It's kind of a cool card, realistically. It's shot up to $45 currently. Pretty nice card, I'd say. The Pokemon's not the most popular, but the art of it is very cool. You can see his wing popping out. You can see the whole body. The light on him. It's very cool. I think this is a really good arc, and I can see it going. I guess for a good amount in the future. Evolving Skies, you know, of course. It could probably reach like $100 in the future, I'm not gonna lie. But I put this at like a B. I'd give it a solid B, honestly. If you really look closely at the artwork, it's like a solid B, realistically. Alright, next is the Conkeldurr V from Pokemon Go. Conkeldurr V. This artwork is it's pretty cool. Like, if you were in the Pokemon Go game, it would be pretty cool. It's in a stadium and stuff like that. But it doesn't really have that much pop to it. It's okay, and I guess the price shows. It's only $3. It's not a very wanted card. I mean, the artwork isn't the best. It's like okay. We have to put it in D tier. Now, next is the Celebi V. Let's see how this card is doing. So here's the Celebi V from Fusion Strike. Now this card is a $47 card. Probably it's at its peak since its inception. And this card, it reminds me of like a Van Gogh card. It's kind of cool with the little mythical like trees in like the winter time or something like that. It's very glowing. The card pops. I honestly love this artwork, and I think it is a beautiful card. It really highlights Celebi. It could be Celebi's best card, realistically. So I actually think this is a wonderful card, and I'm going to put this in A tier. I think it should go up in the future. It could possibly be like a $200 card in the future, just based off of like pure beauty. Now, I don't think this card is the hardest to pull, but I don't think I don't think that should mean anything in terms of just the artwork. So hopefully people will like this card in the future, and it will go up right out of Fusion Strike, which is like $250 a box right now. I mean, it seems like the price is raising a little bit. Last bought for like $60. So yeah, I'd say this card is a solid pull. We'll put that in A tier. Medicham V out of Evolving Skies. I'll try and hurry this up because there's a lot of alternate arts, and we haven't even gone through Silver 10%. All right. Medicham V, realistically, not a bad artwork, but I don't know. It's not bad. It's currently at $14. I think it's a pretty cool artwork. It's very colorful. There's not much going on in the picture. It's kind of just like showing Medicham V off, and then like everyone looking in the background, which is like it's okay. It's nothing crazy, but it's not bad. I think it's better than a lot of artworks, realistically. So I would honestly put that around C tier. It's actually not horrible. I would rather have this card over like probably those. I don't know though. Tenacious V is kind of similar. We'll put it in C for now. All right, let's look up the Honchkrow V. I might even put that in D. Honestly, there's not another spot to put it. Maybe S tier is like crazy for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a harsh judge. This one's pretty cool though. I mean, you got the Honchkrow in the background. Only a $10 card at the moment. You got the little Murkrows here. The sun shining. Not horrible. I want to see what the rest of them are, because I don't think I could put everything in D tier. Or C tier. We're going to have to make some tough calls, honestly. Okay. Just because there's a lot of good cards coming up, we're going to put this in D tier. It's okay, but it's not anything crazy. Like, I'd rather have other cards over it. Like, this next one is the Beedrill V out of Astral Radiance. This card in person is very pretty. I purchased this card at like $15 or $20 or something, and it's all the way at 36. It's performing very well, and it's honestly a very pretty card in person. Honestly, very, very solid. In terms of the rest of the artworks, though, I think I'll have to put it probably somewhere around B or C. Probably B or C. Maybe even B. We'll put it in B tier. I think it's actually a very cool artwork. Especially with the coloration, the pop on it. And yeah, it should probably go up in the future if people like art. Next is that the Dialga? Dialga V. This is the Origin Form Dialga V. I'm not gonna lie, this card kind of sucks. Like, it's worth a lot, like $50, but that's just because of rarity, I think, maybe. Or just the Pokemon is popular, but this card isn't like anything too eye-catching. Like, it's very simple, and that's like good sometimes, but there's not I don't know. It doesn't really catch my eye too much. I think the artwork kind of sucks, but it's worth a lot, right? But it's like I don't think I would like this card, so I'm gonna put it in D. Like I wouldn't purchase that over like I don't know any other cards up here. Next we have is the Charizard V. Now this card, honestly, it's really cool. Like you have the Venusaur in the background, the fire going on. Obviously, Charizard had some wreckage over here. If this wasn't like a promo card, I think in terms of artwork, it'd be really really cool. It's like the sleeping Charizard, I would say. It's a little like less like 3D, kind of like cartoony like a little bit, which is kind of nice in my opinion. I actually really like this card. I'm not gonna lie. So I would put this in C tier. I think it's a little better than a lot of the artworks down here, and it's a little more artistic, you know? Next is the Charizard VMAX. This Charizard VMAX, the next three all came out of the Ultra Premium Collection, which is why they're not worth too much, because they were mass printed, so they're not going to be worth too much. This Charizard is really cool though, because it has like the fire coming out. It's giant. It's really cool. The coloration is sick. I'd say it's like neck and neck with the other cards, so I'd put it right in the C tier with it. Next is the Charizard V-Star. Now this card is very sick. There's so much going on in the picture. You can see him like on top of the cliff. It looks like shooting down at Mewtwo, which you get to see Mewtwo's other side to this. And I think the coloration is very, very cool in this card. It is not the most pop of the card, but it is very, very cool. I would say this is a very, very solid card. And it definitely will go up in the future. Probably can reach upwards of like maybe $100, $50 to $100. But that might be an overstretch just because it's mass printed. But if this card was more rare, it could definitely go up to that. So just because of artwork, I'll put it there. But I think the price of it won't raise that high just because it was mass printed. But we'll put this one. I think it's slightly better than the other two. No, I don't know. We'll put it next to each other. It might be slightly better. I don't know. But that Charizard V is very cool too. Ooh, it's kind of hard to pick. But for now, we'll keep it there. Right there. We'll probably rearrange some in the future if we don't have enough space. Next is the Charizard V in battle with the Venusaur. Super, super cool. Super up close. Currently going for $180. It went up. I bought it at $100, I think, or $120. Very sick card. Fighting in the volcanoes and stuff. I love this card. Beautiful card. We're going to put it in the A tier where it should belong. I think it's a very A tier card. Cannot lie. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning. And it's one of the hardest. I think it is the hardest card in Brilliant Stars to get. Next is one of my favorite cards. We have the Dragonite V alternate full art. This card to me, when I bought it, it was really cheap. It was like $80 or something, or even lower than that. And I saw like huge potential in this card. It's a sleepy Dragonite. It's like light blue in the background, like the clouds and like floating through the air and everything like that. It's just an amazing card from front to back, from top to bottom, honestly. Coloration very cool. The animation is very cool. Honestly, that is the first S tier on the board is the Dragonite V. Wonderful card, beautiful artwork. Can't ask for nothing more. S tier, instantly. I'm probably gonna have very few S tiers. I'm not gonna lie. Sandaconda V, but I could be mistaken. Here's the Sandaconda V alternate artwork. It is okay. There's not like much going on. It's very bland. It's just him or her laying on the floor. It's kind of lame because there's not much going on. What's the price on it? It's only $5. It's obviously not everyone's favorite artwork. It kind of sucks. We'll just put it at D tier. I wish there was like an F tier so I can like push these down a little bit, but this is all we're working with. Next is the Duraludon V. And I'm open to hearing everyone else's like thoughts on it too. I'm sure we'll have some different thoughts, but that's okay. That's what the point of this is, to get everyone's thoughts. The Duraludon V, you got the food there, right? That's pretty cool. Rotom phone. It's okay. Honestly, I wouldn't be like, yeah, this is my favorite card ever. So it's going in D tier. Like, I'm sorry, it's not good. And the Duraludon VMAX is just so bad. Oh, what is that? Sorry. Let me mute this. I apologize for that. An ad played, I suppose. Don't even realize. Duraludon. I should cut that out, but I'm too lazy since I already started. This is apparently an alternate art, Duraludon VMAX alt art from Evolving Skies. It's just a huge Duraludon in the middle of the forest. It just sucks. Let's be honest. It's so bad. I mean, the price of it's going up, $22, but in my opinion, this is probably one of the worst alternate arts we've seen today, next to the Conkeldurr V. Like, these two are just horrible. Like, I don't know. But people seem to love them. Me, not so much. But this next card definitely deserves a lot of the love. It's the Gengar VMAX. The coloration of this card is absolutely stunning. The sparkle on it, when you actually see it in person, it's well worth the money. I mean, maybe not $400 worth, but it is $400. In the future, this card probably can go up to like 1,000 realistically, just because how cool it is. I think this one is definitely. I think it's an S tier card. I'm not gonna lie. That to me is an S tier card over like the cards that are on the board. It's an S tier card. Can't even lie. I think the next one is a Sneasler V. Should be the Sneasler V. Let's see. We have the Hisuian Sneasler V alternate art from Astral Radiance. You got the two, I guess, Sneasels in the back, and then the Hisuian Sneasler V right here. I don't think their name's a Sneasel, but I'm not sure. It's kind of cool, actually. Like, you got the whole, like, sunset coming down. What is this card going for? $33? I think it's actually, someone bought it for $11. That's actually a steal. I think this card is actually really nice. I haven't owned this card, but I imagine the pop in person is probably pretty good. So I think I'd actually put that one right at C tier. I mean, it could put B. I'm like really tempted to put it at B, but I'm gonna leave it in C for now just to make room for everything else. And if we don't have room for it, we'll put it in B. But that's like right on the cusp. The next one is the Lilligant. Hisuian Lilligant V. I haven't seen this one either. A lot of these cards I don't own or ever saw before, so we're experiencing this together. Okay, we have Lilligant V here in the tree with all the other Pokemon. It's not the best. There's not much going on here. It's just like pictures of Pokemon, which is, it's fine. It's just nothing that's too eye-catching. It has to go in D tier. It's not the best. It's kind of buns. Like, I'm looking for like coloration too. Like, that really matters, and like how much it pops in person, because that's what's gonna catch your eye. That shiny cardboard. Next is the Glaring Rapidash V. This one is actually super nice just because the coloration of it is kind of crazy, right? You have the glowing unicorn as well as like all the different types of plants. There's a lot of vibrance to it, and it's very detailed. I guarantee you this card pops in person. Online it probably looks not as good, but it pops in person. And the price of it is $65 as shown. Probably well worth it, honestly. I could see this card going up to like 100 easily. We'll put that in B tier, right next to this. I think these are all like really solid cards. Breakdancing Genesect V. Let's see. I don't think this is a very popular Pokemon, but I think the breakdancing Genesect V is super cool. Just the whole concept of it. Look, he's like on its arm and he's dancing. The Smeargle's laughing. Got the boombox in the middle. It's a very cool card. Honestly, I like it. I'm a big fan of this one, and I guess I like purple a lot too or something. But everything here, like the coloration of it, is sick. So better than a lot. We're gonna leave that in B. I'm tempted to put it in C too, but for now we'll put it in B because I think the artwork will pop on the card. So I think it's a good card. Now this next card, it's the Giratina V. I own this card in person, and it is a beautiful card in person, well loved. over 450 bucks. It is stunning. I can't say, like, when I first got it, I thought it was like kind of bad, but then like the more you look at it and how detailed it is with every little crevice and like minuscule detail, like if you want me to zoom in here, it's kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Like it definitely pops. And the price, as you can see, everyone's paying for it, so that makes sense. It's the Lost Origin chase card, and for good measure. So I would put this in S tier as well. It's a stunning card in person. A lot of these cards I based off of cards I've seen in person or just the pictures online, but I think those top 3 cards are well worth it. Next is the Glaceon V. From Evolving Skies, I haven't seen this card in person, but I just imagine that this would pop. Like, this card would absolutely pop in person, just because of how like the background of blue and white works together with the trees. It's very calming. Like you can see in the background too on the top of the card, just like schools and buildings in the back. It's an amazing card. Have never seen it in person, but even online, it's an amazing card. As you can see, the price is at $100. I can see it going to 200 in the future. I don't see it being an issue. Not super popular for Pokemon, but the artwork itself is amazing. So we're gonna put this in A tier. The Glaceon VMAX right next to it. I don't know if we have enough space for all this stuff, but we'll see. The Glaceon VMAX. Actually, it's a really nice card too. He or she is huge. You can see the lake and also the environment in the background is really cool. There's a Pikachu here, adds such a pop to it. You have the Meryl and everyone else playing in the back, I think, and the glow of the pink. I think the sparkle on this card is really sick. I think I have seen this person, I'm pretty sure, and I really love it, so I think this has to go in A tier. Next to the Glaceon, of course. And we're not just going based off price, I think it's actually like a very cool card. I mean, it's worth a lot. I could definitely see it retaining like $200, but it's definitely a very cool card. Next we have is the Golurk V. Doesn't pop as much, it's okay, it's just a like stone robotic creature, I don't know, like carrying a wood plank. It's okay. It's nothing too eye popping, and based off that, I'm just gonna put it in D tier. Like, it's okay. It's nothing crazy. Next is we have the Galarian Zapdos V alternate art. I've seen this card in person. I actually just got this card. Now it's running up a mountain. Like you can see, it looks like, you know, the old cartoony type of run up and down the mountains like the speedster, and the coloration of the sky and everything like that. It actually pops hard. Like, it's actually a super good card. Like, I'm tempted to put it really high up, but I'm also like, I have to make room for everything in retrospect, so I might put this one in B tier for now. We'll leave it in B tier, but subject to change. Like, I'm really tempted to put the Sneasler in B tier too. All right, we'll put the Sneasler in B tier too, just for now. And we can switch a bunch of stuff up later if we need, because I feel like C is getting a little short, and there's gonna be so many D's, I feel like. All right, next is Blissey V alt art. I mean, it's just Blissey sitting in a chair, right, in a house. Nothing too crazy about it. I mean, it's worth a lot. It's $30. It's pretty cool, I guess. It's okay. I'll put it in like C tier. I don't think it's anything crazy, but yeah, it's nothing crazy, honestly. I'll put it in C for now, but it's not bad. It's just not the greatest. I'm honestly tempted to switch up a few of these, but we'll keep it as is. Luminion V. Alright, we'll try and hurry this up because I understand that there's not much time here. This one is okay. It's just Luminion underwater. I don't think it's anything too crazy. It's $20 right now, or $19. It's not bad. I think this card is pretty decent. We'll put it in C. It's not horrible. If I'm going to go ahead and do that, I think, like, I guess I can put the Dialga a little above. It's not the craziest. It's just better. Like, these are just so bad. Not this one, but these are not that great. These are okay. The Inteleon VMAX, I think it's going to go in D, but let me just make sure. I don't want to like pre-put it, but it just doesn't look good from the small picture. It's worth a lot. It's worth like 28 bucks, but the coloration of it's not the greatest. It's an okay card. You can't really see much. You can see the tail end right here on his little thing, but it's not the most eye-catching card in the world. So I think the card is not the best. We'll put it in D. Next we have is the Machamp V. The alternate art chase card from Astral Radiance. I think this is actually a wonderful card. There's so much detail that goes into this. You can see all the little guys, like the little like fruit and everything, the stands in the background, the trap hinge here, everyone looking over, the coloration of the blue. Like that's what I'm talking about, like eye popping. I think this one's a sick card. I think we're gonna have to put this in A tier. Really, really pretty card, honestly. Espeon V. Alternate art. You have the floating books and everything like that. It's pretty cool. It's okay. It's nothing too crazy. I do own this card. It's worth a ton. Like $110 is a ton, but I don't think the artwork is the greatest. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's 110 bucks, but the artwork is not the greatest. It's okay. It's pretty good. So I think I put it in B, but I don't think it like outshines a lot of the ones in A. So I think like the max I'll put it is in B. It's okay. Definitely better than a lot of the other cards though. So I like it. But I'm trying to keep it like short and succinct here. So yeah. Espeon VMAX alternate art. This one, it's sleeping on top of houses. And it has pop. The coloration on it is crazy. I own this card in person. Absolutely beautiful card. I'm really tempted to put it in S tier, but I think for now I'll put it in A, but it has the potential of just hopping up to S tier. Like it's super pretty. And I would have to see the rest of the cards. I mean, yeah, we'll go over the rest of the cards and see like if I can move any into S tier. All right, next we have is the Mew V alt art from Fusion Strike. This, you can see the Toxtricity, the Tox on the background, this Miracle. It's super small. It looks like it's like floating in air. Very, very good card. I'm not gonna lie. This card is actually really, really pops. Now the only problem is I'm trying to figure out if I want to put it in A, B, A or B tier. I think I'm gonna put it in A tier for now. I think this card should get a lot more pop than it does. This is honestly an amazing card. I think the art is actually very, very cool. Just for the coloration portion of it, it's sparkling, it's shining, it pops. It literally pops. I'm gonna stay strong and say it's an A tier. Alright, next is you have the Mew VMAX. I also own this card. This card is actually super nice in person, right? Like, looking at it, it's not the craziest. The coloration like of it kind of goes too crazy. Like it's not the best complements for each other, but you do see a lot of stuff in the background. I do think this card pops a little better in person than it does online, but people don't like it. I think maybe I'm wrong. It went up to $100. People like this card, I guess, but I think it's actually really cool in person. So because I know what it looks like in person, we're putting that in B tier. I don't think it beats out these other ones just because I like a little more simplicity as well with the art. But I'm going to put that in B tier because I think it definitely outweighs some of the other ones down here. The Mewtwo V. Let's see what this card is doing. This is what it was, the chase card of Pokemon Go. I remember when this card dropped all the way down to like $20. But I think it's so cool. Like futuristic, super clear Mewtwo in the city. Like it pops. Okay, it's $29, but I think it's a really cool artwork. Do I put it in A tier? I don't think so. I think we leave it in B. Like I don't think I don't know. Maybe it's definitely pretty good. I think it deserves way more hype than it gets. Honestly, I could see going up to like $100 card in the future. It's pretty cool. I think so, but I could be the only one that thinks that. Who knows? Alright, we got the Rotom V. To me, this card doesn't really pop too much. The coloration I don't really love. Maybe I'm just a hater of orange or something. I mean, it's 43 bucks. It's definitely getting some pop from the fans, I suppose. But I don't really like it too much. It's definitely better than a lot of the ones down here, but it's nothing crazy. So I'll put it in C tier for now. I might even like. I think I have to drop the D tier. I don't think that I like some of these cards are actually better than this, and I don't think I can spread these out evenly. Maybe we'll see. Yeah, I don't really like it too much. There's a lot going on, but it's not like complimentary, you know. All right. Whoa. Let's see. We got the Umbreon V. Like it's the Emperor. This one is actually really cool. I think this card is a hit, honestly, with the Pinsir and everyone Grimmsnarl all following the Umbreon with the moon in the background. It's kind of like a dark night. It's on the ledge. It's a very cool card. I don't think it's like the most insane card, but it's pretty good for what it is, honestly. So I think we'll put it in A tier. I mean, I was contemplating on like switching it to B just because all these are way more vibrant, but I think like the moon in the background and everything like that, it gives it a lot of pop. So I'm going to put that in A tier. Okay, we already know what this one is. Do I need to say more? It's the Moonbreon. It has like a teal turquoise color in the back with the water. The moon. Umbreon is lit up. In person, this card is amazing. It has all the pop for a good reason. I own this card. I love this card. This is an S tier card all day long. As you can see, I mean, people like have a bunch of copies of it, but it's well worth it. Like, can't beat it, really. Next is the Sylveon V. Sylveon V. Let's see. There's a lot of Sylveon Vs here. Let's see if we can find the right one. Sylveon V. There we go. Alt art. Actually, you got like the cakes and stuff in the background. Sylveon with like the cupcakes on its three. Like, I think it's pretty cool, realistically. I haven't seen this card in person yet, but I think the Sylveon one is pretty cool. I'm gonna probably pop it in B for now. I'm running out of space here, but I think it's pretty cool. It's not my favorite card though. Okay. This card in person, I've never seen it, but based off of the picture itself, I can already tell you this card pops pretty hard. Look at the EVs, the Flabébé, the Marshadow, the Vaporeon on its tail and everything like that. It's and pink, it pops. It probably is a hit. The color in the background is really cool. 230 bucks. It's kind of a lot, but I think this card's actually really cool. I think it pops. We're gonna throw that in A tier. Honestly, I think it's a very cool card. A tier card for sure. Alright, let me see what we're working with. We have the Palkia V. Let's check out that one. I don't think I've seen that in person either. So, Origin Form Palkia V. Let me take a look. Okay, a little older, a little classic design. Not too bad. I think it's kind of cool. It's got like the stairway art piece, like on a chessboard. The dimensions are kind of twisted, which is kind of cool. $43 card, not too bad. People are buying it near mint at like 40 bucks. Coloration on it is not too great. Let me see. Let's stick it in C tier for now, just because I don't think it pops too much, but I think it could hop into B realistically. Maybe. Alright, Leafeon B. Okay, Leafeon V. Let's talk about this one. This one is like Leafeon playing in the autumn, fall, and the leaves and everything like that. This card legitimately pops in person. I own this card. I have it graded at PSA 10. It actually pops. Like when I saw this, I was like, yeah, I gotta have that. Like it's a super nice card. I don't think it's the hardest to get, but I think it really pops. So I'm throwing that in A. Like that's actually a super nice card. These three are actually beautiful. Of all mixed guys, is like one of the best sets, I'm not gonna lie. As everyone else knows, but the Leafeon VMAX with the big Leafeon playing with the haystack, the cartoony type background. This is a wonderful card. It pops just as the others do, and we have to put it in A. Like, it's just, these three are great. We just have to. I'm pretty sure all the evolutions made it into like the top over here, and it's just like almost all of them. I guess the Sylveon I put down here, but these two are just beautiful. I haven't seen this card in person, which is probably why I put it a little lower, but I'd imagine if I saw it in person, it'd probably hop into A. Really tempted, but for now, I'll put it in no. I'll put it in no. Next is the Empoleon V. Alt art. I do own this one. This one is pretty decent. It's not the greatest, but it's pretty good. It's $46 card. I bought it at like $30, dude. It was pretty good, but I probably put it in like C tier. It's not the craziest, but it's definitely solid. All right. The Aerodactyl V. This card, I actually really like this card. Like, I honestly wish I got it in a PSA 10. This card is really underrated in my opinion. Actually, $140. I guess it's not that underrated, but like Tropius, Bastiodons, like the whole like lake, river flowing into the lake, volcano in the background. Dude, this artwork is freaking beautiful. Like, this is a wonderful artwork. I would love to see this like every day. I honestly would put that in S tier. Like, to me, that arc is like absolutely stunning. Like, you really can't beat that. Like, in my opinion, it reminds me of like the Jurassic days. Yeah, to me it pops. I paid like $130 for this when it first came out, but to me it's worth every penny. Like, this card is sweet. I could see easily going up to 200 just because it's not a popular Pokemon, and it's I think it's the second favorite. Like, it falls short to the Giratina, right? But I think it's an amazing artwork. I think that anyone who pulls this is super lucky to get it. I would pay for this like at least 100 every single time. All right. What do we got next? I'm pretty sure people are gonna argue with me about certain cards, but it is what it is. What is this? The Flareon. This is from the box. Those Prima Collections boxes. I remember when the boxes cost like 30 or $40 itself, but the Flareon is actually really cool. I think I graded this card and I gave it away. Kind of sad, because the artwork on it is very cool. I'm gonna put it in B tier, but it could like hop in A too. It's actually a very freaking cool artwork, and I wish I had it back, but I just don't. All right, Flareon VMAX. Flareon VMAX. Here we go. It's a pretty good card. The coloration on it pops. I just don't see it like going too crazy, but it's definitely a nice card. We'll put that in B along with the Flareon. Next is the Rayquaza. Rayquaza. I don't know how you say it. With Zinnia in the background. Dude, this artwork is actually sick. Like, you guys see the Rayquaza tail spinning, the sun in the background, the dust, Whimsir being afraid. This has a lot of detail on it, and I think it deserves a lot more pop than it's getting. Like, $140, okay, that's actually a lot of pop. Like, but I could see this easy being like maybe a $200 card in the future. I'd put this probably in A. I was very close to putting it in S tier. Like, it probably can be an S tier, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, it is so hard to like not put it in S tier, but I think we'll put it in A for now. But I could be biased here because this next card, the Rayquaza VMAX, it's worth more. But I'm trying to think if it's really better. I have this card in person and it freaking pops too. It's sick. Like, in the mountains and everything like that, and the coloration on it. Like, I love this like light gray sparkle to it. $500. Oh my god. Jesus. Okay. Regardless though, like, both of the Rayquazas pop. That one is really cool. I love that one. We'll put it in S tier because I think it's actually like a really cool card. I know some people don't, but like, that card is sick to me. I'm tempted to be in like, yeah, I'm gonna put this one in the S tier too, but I think we'll put it in an A for now. I don't know though. I really like that. I really like that card. I think I'll actually put it in. I'll put it in S tier. I do really like this Rayquaza card. Honestly, I think it can have a lot more pop than it has now. So we'll put it in S tier. We'll put it in S tier. We'll leave it there. There's some room up there, you know. All right, we got the Galarian Slowking V. There's a lot going on here, but it's kind of too much. Like I'm tripping. Like I'm literally tripping when I'm looking at this. I think it's okay, but I mean, $50 or $42. That's a lot for this card. We'll put it in D tier. I don't think it's the greatest. It's kind of buns actually. The Greedent V is also kind of buns, I think. I mean, I guarantee you, it's probably like it's $11 card. It's okay. It's just like the Greedent, like it's very simple, which is not always the worst, but it's not the best either. So, what is this? An Urshifu? What is this? Oh, here we go. Found it. This is not good. I mean, it's okay. It's $14. I think it's okay. I don't own this one, but I don't think it's cool. Same thing with like this other one. It's the Urshifu V Single Strike. Urshifu V alternate art. I have this one and it's not good. It's okay. I would put these two, this one and the other one, in just straight D tier. I think these are buns. The VMAX, this is here. This is horrible. Hold on. Okay, this one legitimately is sick. You can't even see what's going on, but like in person, this card. Wait, this is $70. Okay, I guess people do like this card. I haven't seen these prices in a while, so, but I know this card in person pops so hard. I actually really like it. But do I think it's an A? No, but I think it pops in B. Just from the straight artwork, it's really, really cool. Like, it's sick. The other one, though, the other one's kind of terrible. This one is not the greatest. This artwork kind of sucks. Like, I'd put this in, like, D tier. Because this doesn't even remind me of an alternate art. It's not even good. Like, get in D tier. Not good. Galarian Moltres V. Here's the Galarian Moltres V. Wait, this is $170. I think the coloration on it is cool. I like the card. I just don't love the card, but it is very cool. I think it's still an A tier card, just off pure like artwork in general. You can see the wings like going like this, like in a circle, and then the Moltres guy looking at you. And in person, this one pops hard too. So I think I would probably rank that as an A tier card over the rest, but it doesn't breach S tier. Calyrex V. You'd be surprised. This Calyrex card actually is really cool. I love this card in person. I think again like the coloration of like that like light gray, misty blue is super cool. You have the Calyrex coming in the middle. Honestly, deserves more pop than it gets. Definitely a B rank card for me. Super sweet in person. Way cooler in person than you get like online. I think the next one is the Calyrex VMAX again. Is this the Ice Rider one? No, this is the Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX. Very cool. Probably pops it a bit, but I don't know. Wait, $90? $98? What the heck? Why is this popping off too much? I mean, I get it. It's a good card. Like I'd probably. Let's put this in C for now. I don't think it's the craziest, but it's a nice card. I'm just running out of spots to put everything. Alright. Ice Rider Calyrex V. I think this card was better than the other card in my opinion. Just because there's more pop, the mountains in the background, it's a better artistic card. And for $19, $18, that's pretty much like a steal. I put this in C next to it. I think it's a little bit better than the other one though. Calyrex VMAX. Boom. This one is actually very cool. like you get the house in the background. You have the Calyrex VMAX there. I'd probably put that in C though too. I mean, these cards all go together. I don't think it like coloration is anything too crazy, but it's kind of hard. Like, these are all really amazing artworks. Sleepy Tyranitar. That's Battle Styles, the favorite pull of Battle Styles. This one's sick. You can see it's eating all the food. Pig Knight is like worried. Tyranitar is sleeping. I have this card. I love this card. We'll put this one in A tier. I think it's a very good card. Vaporeon. We're running out of spots. I mean, I'll do Sword and Shield and like Crown Zenith and Silver Tempest, but okay, this one I know pops. The Vaporeon V is actually a very good card. $43 though, that's a lot for. I mean, it raised so quickly. I think this one would pop in B tier as well. But the thing is, I like that card a lot. But I think this card is actually better. This Vaporeon VMAX, I mean, it's probably similar price, but I think like the melodic and like the Pokemon in the background and just the coloration of the card underwater like this is way cooler than a lot of the cards. So we're swapping this one in A tier. This one goes straight to A tier. I think this Vaporeon is sick. Like, that's actually beautiful. It's definitely cooler than the Flareon VMAX in my opinion. And yeah, I think that's probably where it goes. Next is the Jolteon V. $40 card. That one is kind of cool. Like, you have it staring down the midnight like city. But we'll put this in B tier. I think it's a sick card. I just don't think it's like the greatest. And then we have the Jolteon VMAX. Very cool card too. This card pops as well. But I don't think it beats out all the other cards, so we'll swap this in B as well. I think it's a wonderful card. It just doesn't beat a lot of the other cards that we have on the board here. And then we have the Zeraora V. Alt art. $50 or $60, whatever it is, $62. This one on top of the mountains and everything like that. That is actually like a beautiful artistic card. Sun in the background. Very underrated. I guess because it's not a very popular Pokemon for sure. But I mean, this card pops. Like, this card is nice. Let me see. I'll put it in A tier for now. I think it's actually better than the arts down below. But yeah, I mean, so far this is what we have. We have D tier. We have Berserker, Tornadus, Honchkrow, Sandaconda, Duraludon, VMAX, Conkeldurr. Like, these are all so bad. I don't think the Rotom's good. The Slowking's not even that good. Greedent, their Shrews aren't good, and this one is just horrible, and it's worth a lot for no reason. Next up is we have all the Calyrex VMAX. You can barely see these. Let me zoom in a little bit, but they're hard to see regardless, you know? But here we go. So here is the bottom tier, C tier. Arceus, Medicham, Charizard, VMAX, like the Ultra Premium Collection is pretty cool. Lissy V, Luminium V, Dialga V, Lilligant V. This one I could probably toss up to B tier. Like, I don't think it belongs here. I'm going to toss it up to B. With the Calyrex VMAX, Calyrex V, these are kind of cool, but they don't really beat the ones above. Then we get into the good stuff. We got the Galarian Articuno V, Rapidash V, Noivern V, Beedrill V, Breakdance and Genesect V, Zapdos V running up, that's cool. Sneasler V, very good view. Espeon V, pretty cool. Mewtwo V, Mew VMAX, Sylveon V, Flareon V, Flareon VMAX, Vaporeon V, Jolteon V, Jolteon VMAX, Urshifu VMAX, Calyrex V, and Palkia V. I think this list is great. Then we get into the A tiers. You got the Blaziken VMAX. Just because it's an expensive card, like, this is probably worth a lot. Like, people are gonna say it should be an S tier, but I don't think that the artwork sometimes is reflective of the price. I think it's reflective of like popularity of the Pokemon, scarcity, what set it came in and stuff like that. But I'm basing stuff off pure artwork. So Blaziken V, very cool. Charizard V, very cool. Celebi V, very cool. Mewtwo, Mew V, Glaceon V, Leafeon V Max, Sylveon V Max, Espeon V Max, Leafeon V, Glaceon V, Umbreon V, Machamp V, Galarian Moltres V, Tyranitar V, Vaporeon V Max. Literally better. This is probably the best card in that whole trio that came in the Ultra Premium box or whatever it's called. And Zeraora V. And then finally, we have the top tier S tier. It's, in my opinion, just absolutely stunning cards. Dragonite V, Rayquaza V, Aerodactyl V, Gengar V Max, Giratina V, Umbreon V Max, and the Rayquaza V Max are the top of my list. Now, we didn't go over certain cards in, what is it? Silver Tempest. Sorry, I lost thought. Silver Tempest. So we'll look at those. We'll look at the top cards in Silver Tempest, which are these, which is let me see, let me pull up a list. We have, let me see if I can pull this over. I made the list. We got the Rayquaza V Max, the Blaziken V Max, Lugia V, Unknown V, Regidrago V, and Skuntank V. So we're gonna look at all of those. So first on the list, we'll go from bottom to top. We'll go to Skuntank, right? Skuntank V alternate art. This, it's pretty bad. I mean, this is straight up like I'd put this in D tier, right? So we'll go D tier. D tier. Got the Regidrago V alt art. This is a cool card, kind of like it's a lot of detail in it, but it's so dark. When you actually see the alternate artwork, I pulled this myself, and it was like $65 when it first came out. But it's so dark. It's also a detail card. Like it's really not good. So D tier. 2 more added to the D tier. We got the Unknown V alt art. Now this card pops. This card is a sweet card, but it's not the greatest artwork, so we'll put this one in straight B tier. Lugia V. We've got the Lugia V alt art off the boat and everything like that. This one legitimately pops. It's $200 again. I think this is a very, very high A tier card. A tier. I wish we can add it to this, and I think it would make it look a lot better, but I think this is the best we got. Like, nobody made a list like that, and I couldn't find it. Blaziken V Max. Trainer Gallery. I think it's a secret. No. Blaziken V Max. Let's see if we can find it. It's this one right here. This one is actually really cool. I think this one pops a little bit, but it's not the greatest. I put this in like C tier, I think. C tier. Definitely pretty good, but not the greatest. Rayquaza V Max. Which one would this be? Here we go. The Trainer Gallery. That one is cool. Would I put that in C or B? I probably put this one in B tier. We're gonna say this one is a B tier card. So in our editions of Silver Tempest, we have Rayquaza VMAX in B tier, Blaziken VMAX in C tier, Lugia V in A tier, the best card out of Silver Tempest, Unknown V in B tier, Regidrago V in D tier, and Skuntank in D tier. Next is the Crown Zenith, and there's so many good cards in Crown Zenith. Like, there's actually a plethora of good cards, but we'll go from bottom to top. We have the Zamazenta. This video's kind of long. Okay, whatever. Zamazenta V. I don't know which one it is. Here we go. There's too much going on in this. The coloration doesn't really do it justice, right? This card's not the greatest. We're putting this in D tier. Not even good. It's okay, but not that good. The Zacian V. Card kind of pops a little bit. It's not bad. I think it's actually pretty solid. Like, it's like a King Zacian. We're gonna put this one in C tier. I actually do like the coloration of this one. This one deserves a little more hype than it gets. Zoroark V. We got the Hisuian Zoroark V. There's too much going on in this picture that you can't see anything. This is, to me, like, people are gonna say this is a great card. It's just not. It's a D tier card. Like, let's be honest. Like, I'm being straight to the point. Alright, we got the Deoxys VMAX. A funky looking one, right? Like this, I mean, 16 bucks, that's pretty good. But a funky looking card with the Orbital V over there, like, with the little light down, like an alien type of, like, look. This is actually, like, a very cool card. This card should get more hype than it does, but it just doesn't. I would put this in B tier. I think it's a great card. Highly underrated. What was I doing? Darkrai V. VMAX? Is it a VMAX card? I forgot. Here it is. V-Star. 20 bucks card. I think this one is pretty cool. Nothing going on too much. I think it's a C tier card. Definitely pops more than the others, but I think it's C tier. I pulled this card like so many times. Still a great pull every single time, but I think it's a B tier card. B tier card, in my opinion. Let me just make sure. Let me look over. Yeah, I put that in B tier. I put that straight in B tier. Entei V. I've been saying this all along. I don't know, like I don't know when people will be like stop listening to like certain people, but this card actually pops so hard. To me, this is an A tier card. Entei is screaming, right? Or roaring, I should say, with the volcano in the background shooting out and coming down. There's so much like artistic artwork going on here. It's wonderful. Like, it's actually like a beautiful artwork. This is an A tier card to me. Put that straight in A tier. And this was like the worst. People said this was like the worst card out of all three like dogs or whatever, and I just don't think so. Like I don't think it is. I think the Raikou is actually the worst one. I mean, maybe the price reflects that now. Let me see what the price was. $23. Yeah, see, like the Raikou was the most expensive, and now it's like not. That people are coming around to the Entei. But I will say, the Suicune V is the best out of the trio. Like, this is an A tier card for sure. This is an A tier card. It's the best out of the trio. Like, the Suicune coloration sick. Then it's the Entei, and then it's the Raikou. The Raikou is the worst out of the three in terms of overall artwork. Like, I can't put this in S tier, but like it's an A tier card. Next is we have the Glaceon V-Star. Dude, this arc is beautiful. $34. Damn, that went up a lot. I should have bought more when I had the chance. I just don't have enough money to buy all the cards. But to me, this is also like an A tier card. This is a beautiful card. Coloration pops so hard. Definitely an A tier. Next is the Leafeon V-Star with all its plants. It's a very cool card, don't get me wrong. It's $41. It's worth a lot more than the Glaceon right now, right? Whereas Glaceon was like $34 and this one is $41. But to me, it's a little worse. I think the Glaceon, give it time, I think it will overtake the Leafeon V-Star in terms of like overall artworks. It's just better to me. Could be wrong. Dude, this card, I think this card is better than the Charizard POV because you get to see Mewtwo like spinning its aura ball about to shoot Charizard, and you can see the coloration on this. It's just better. Like, I put Charizard in C, I'm pretty sure. Here it is. I think the Mewtwo side is just better. Like, this is a B tier card to me. Like, I don't think the arc is crazy, but it's a lot better than the other Charizard, which was put in C tier. Dialga V-Star. Secret. Nothing special. These gold cards aren't that good. They're worth the most, but they're not that good. Like, 60 bucks for this? No. Wouldn't do it. It's a gold card, I get it. It looks like it should be worth a lot, but it's just not to me. Palkia V-Star, also C tier. not the greatest. All right, but this one, like, you can see Arceus in the middle, and like the caves kind of go with it. This is the one of the better gold cards. I wouldn't say it's the best gold. It's actually worth $100. Okay, but regardless, it's the better of the four, I would say. So I would actually put this one in B tier because it's way better than the Palkia V-Star, way better than the Dialga V-Star in terms of just straight artwork. Seems like the people will agree with me with that one. And then last but not least, we have $140 for the Giratina V-Star. There's so much going on in this picture, and it is a really nice card. So I would be tempted to put it in A tier, but I'd be lying if I thought it was better than the rest of them. So we're gonna stick to the guns and go solid B+ tier. No, it's in B tier, but it's definitely one of the higher Bs. But it's definitely B tier. But that's gonna be it, guys. I wish they had the rest of the alt arts on here, but I think this is a very, very solid list in terms of the arts. Here it is one last time. The D tiers is what, like, I think suck or just aren't the best alt arts, like, you know, that don't pop in person. C tier, you have this. There's definitely a lot of controversial ones, like people are probably like, yeah, you should put Arceus V higher, you should put Dialga V higher, but they're in person, they're not good, they're not the greatest. Calyrex V Max higher, no. Then we have B tier, beautiful cards, they all pop pretty hard. A tier is wonderful as well, these cards are just great. And then finally S tier is cards that, like, I would always want over and over again. I own every single one of the top cards. Wait, do I own this one? I think I need to get this one. I would probably get it at Comic-Con or something like that, but yeah, like, these are cards that, like, are must own. Like, I might even, the Espeon Mac is sick too. Yeah, but that's gonna be it, guys. Those are all the cards from the Sword and Shield set, I believe. Let me know if I missed any. Let me know if you disagree, agree. But that's going to be it. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.